Okay.
This is the Coins, Cashflow, and Conversations podcast. I am your host, Dakota Grady, sponsored by Upstate Essential Solutions. If you need help with accounting and taxes, or bookkeeping, or you need help with personal finances, go to my website at dakotagrady.com. And also, I got a freebie for you if you want to be able to take that trip. Say, renovate the house, go to the tab that says personal finance, drop down, and they got a free resource for you to help you with your finances. So the website again is dakotagrady.com. Hey y'all, it's Friday, it's a weekend, baby. That's right, y'all. It's Friday, and I want to invite you all to this podcast because I have a guest, Miss Ayanna Ambrose. Thanks, A Ambrose is I think her handle on IG.
Thanks, A Mills. Thanks.
Oh, Miss Mills. I'm sorry. Yes, Miss Mills.
Mhm.
Thank you for correcting me. But yeah, I want to have her on the show today. And Miss Ambrose, Miss Mills, excuse me. Tell us about who you are, what you do.
Yes, I am Ayanna Mills-Ambrose, and I am the CEO of Thanks A Mills. So that is my handle, Thanks A Mills. And they call me the Queen of Bestselling Books. I am an 18-time Amazon bestseller. My books have been bestselling in the US, the UK, Canada, Japan, France, India, and Europe. At the age of 5, I learned that I was conceived in rape and born to a 13-year-old teenager. That birthed a silence in me, that knowing that I was conceived in rape. So I didn't do a lot of talking, but writing was therapeutic for me. So I began to write down my pain on paper, and I started to feel better. And once I realized that it was a skill that I had with writing, I wrote my first book. After I wrote my first book, so many people were inspired after hearing my story, and they wanted to know how could they tell their story and how could they become an author. So that's when I started to help them to tell their stories. And writing came so natural to me. So I created a program, it's called Write, Pray, Release, to help them to write their stories so that they're able to write. And write is the writing part, pray is the marketing, and release is the distributing it to get multiple streams of income. So Write, Pray, Release is my program.
Got you. So how'd you get into publishing, Ayanna?
Yeah, I spent so much money as a new author, and I wanted to be an Amazon bestseller, but nobody could help me. So I spent so many hours trying to learn myself. And I finally learned the mix between the marketing and the publishing to actually become an Amazon bestseller. So I did more books. So that's why I have so many so fast. As a first-year author, I have 9 books in 9 months. I wanted to help other authors who also wanted to be Amazon bestsellers without spending a whole lot of money. I spent like $10,000, right? So I started helping them. And as I was helping them, they were authors published already. So I would help them take their books and become an Amazon bestseller. But I encountered so many people afterwards that were not authors. They wanted to help, but get help with their publishing. So I said, okay, well, you know what? Let me get this whole publishing thing down. And that's how I started publishing. And that's primarily what I do now is publish a book, because every book that I publish is an Amazon bestseller. So they get to publish it and become an Amazon bestseller all at once. So that's what makes Thanks A Mills stand out from other competitors, because we guarantee that every book will be an Amazon bestseller that we publish.
So as an author, what's the most challenging thing that you help people overcome as a new author or already established author?
The one thing that they have to overcome, and I help them through this, like I call it my hand-holding method, is as a new author, you have to overcome the fact that you have to market your book. You're not selling anything. People don't like selling. But as an author, we're different. You're not selling. You are providing them a solution. So you have to market your book, starting with your hot audience. That's the hardest part for them. They rather go on social media and try to do it that way, but you don't get the same return. You have to start with the people who know you already. they will help you. They will catapult your success by introducing you to people they know, by helping market your book for you. So you go so much further that way versus paying someone to do it, paying for advertising, and, you know, paying someone to actually market your book for you, because no one's going to do it like you are. You are your book, and you're the best person to do it. So the hardest thing that authors have, uh-oh,
You still here? I can see you.
oh yeah, you can see me. I can't see you. I don't know what happened.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. I can see you.
Okay. Yeah, everything went black on the computer. Can't see anything. So yes, so they have to market the book because they're the best ones for it.
Got you. So how do you help people overcome marketing? Give us two, 3 tips that can help someone overcome the marketing issue.
Okay. The first thing is be who you are. Don't think that you have to be a certain way. One way to overcome your marketing fear is to just make it a part of your life. Everything that you do, you are always selling something. Everywhere you go, you're always selling something, whether it's your personality, who you are, you're always selling something. And your book is a part of who you are. So everywhere you go, you really should be marketing your book. You want it to be organic and you want it to be in your authentic voice, but you have to understand that everywhere you go, you should be marketing your book, because your book is a transformation. It's your story. And that's what people see when they see you. So they should see your book as well. Don't look at it as a task. Marketing is forever. You'll write it one time, you'll publish it one time, but you will market it forever. Make it a part of your daily life, and it will be so much easier for you to get your message out and to maximize your book sales.
So my final question is scripted. For someone who is starting a book or hasn't started the book, encourage a person who has maybe felt overwhelmed and they can't do it, or someone who has started the book and they, I can't finish it. Encourage somebody right now, if you could.
Here's the thing. Whatever you've been through, whatever pain that you have, that's the hardest part to write. You can't skip over that part. Put the pain on paper first, and the rest of the book will come together. That's how you start. Don't save the hard part for last. Do the hard part first, and you will find healing in the writing process. That's how you write your book. In terms of if you started writing your book already and you haven't completed it and you're stuck, think about it like this. There are so many people who have experienced what you've experienced, and you've overcome that. They are still stuck in the middle of that mess and that pain. It's your responsibility to offer a solution based on what you did to get better, because you're obviously better if you wrote a book. So tell them how they can overcome the issues that you learned when you were going through your struggles. So the book is not for you. You're offering a solution to other people. You're providing a service by saying, hey, are you stuck here? This is how I overcame that same issue. You have the credibility because it's your story, it's your experience. That makes you the expert. So it's your responsibility to get your message out and get your book completed. I am finished. Thank you.
So real quick, earlier you mentioned about your story about being born to a 13-year-old mom. Talk about that. Like, how has that impacted your life?
Yeah. So, I was a silent child. I thought that I was supposed to be seen and not heard. I didn't think my voice mattered. So writing was a way for me to express myself. It was a way for me to put my pain on paper. And it helped me to feel better. It helped me to find my voice. So I was I transferred from a silent child to, and now an 18-time international bestselling author. So when you overcome your pain, writing is one way to do that. You will keep on writing and you will keep on feeling better. Then you'll keep on increasing your impact. That's what happened to me. So I am no longer afraid to tell people, oh, my father raped my mother and I was born. No, that's my story. When I tell them, this is how I overcame that. I put my feelings on paper. I didn't sugarcoat it. I didn't worry about what someone would say. It's my story. You have the right to tell your story. You're not telling someone else's story. When you tell your story, you feel better. You keep going. And that's what I did when I stopped thinking about other people's feelings and just focusing on mine, because I have the right to feel better and writing is a way to do that. Then everything came together. My entire life shifted. So that's why my writing program is called Write, Pray, Release. My motto is write, pray, and release so that you will have peace. Writing will help you to feel better inside. Once you publish a book and get your message out there, you'll be helping other people release their pain. So that's my story.
So if you are struggling, stuck in your writing journey, I want to encourage you to take the advice of Ayanna to get it out there, because you may be holding back a blessing for someone else because they haven't heard your blessing. And that's the blessing of overcoming whatever addiction, struggle, pain, whatever you overcome. You have a story to share with the world. So, Ayanna, how can we find out about you online, social media, website?
Yes, Thanks A Mills. You can go to thanksamills.com. Thanks A Mills on Instagram. Thanks A Mills on Facebook. And that is me. I am Ayanna Mills-Ambrose. You can go to ayannaambrose.com also to reach me. And that is it.
Cool. So thank you for joining us. And this is episode of the Coins, Cashflow, and Conversation podcast. If you need help with your finances or accounting and taxes, check out my website at dakotagrady.com and get a free resource, y'all, to help you to move toward your financial goals on my website at dakotagrady.com. Ayanna, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Dakota. It was a pleasure.